Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm super happy that you came and hang out with me today on Wisdom on Wednesday with Ray. And I'm super fantastically blessed that you chose to hang out with me. I stole that from one of my new mentors at the gym. He always says he's super fantastic or super blessed. I said, I'm going to steal that. So I'm excited. I'm elated that you guys chose to hang out with us yet again for another episode. I'm excited that you've been sharing, that you've been rebroadcasting, that you've been sending this out to your friends. We appreciate it for you posting and tagging me in your post. Thank you for continuing to help us grow. We're still trying to grow and get our subscriptions up. We'll have more latitude on YouTube. And many people have reached out to me regarding our subscription on Apple. We're reigniting on another venture so we can get the podcast on audio as well as on YouTube. We're still yet working, but thank you for your feedback. Those are the things that I need to know so I can continue to try our best to produce something that will help us continue to grow this wise channel. Now, as per usual, considering something that will be a blessing for all of us, something that will help us all grow as we are on this venture called wisdom, I considered wise people, we have to learn to prepare. Wise people, we have to appreciate the preparation process. You see, when something has been well thought out, you can taste the love that's gone into a well thought out meal. Usually after someone's eaten something fantastic, if their foot isn't patting or they're not singing along to their chewing, they ask this question, who made this? And after they ask who made this, they start asking questions, inquiring, what did you do? What did you put in it? How long did you cook it? Many people want to get to the process. What did it take for you to prepare this? Was this a crock pot meal? Was this something that you found on TikTok? What was your preparation process? So wise people, what we have to understand is in order for us to get to where we want to be, we have to first evaluate how long it's going to take. We have to first evaluate all the things that are necessary for us to get the end result that we want. And that's all called preparation. We can't just have a recipe and not have a goal on how we're going to mix it all together and how we're going to eat it up or what pan we're going to put it in. That sounds real fancy jargon for what's your plan for you to get from point A to point B. Once you understand your plan of attack from point A to point B, now you have to already be thinking about how will I get from B to D? And how will that look if somebody asks me? Am I able to articulate? Am I able to point somebody in the direction of the avenues that I take? Or am I just going to leave it to chance and hope everything works out for me? But I want you to understand this. Everybody can hope, but nothing happens just leaning on hope alone. If you have a wish, you can't just wish. Your wish has to be accompanied with work. That when you work upon your wish, when you work upon your hope, what you do is you have a dream and you have a roadmap, but your roadmap isn't just like a brown paper bag blowing in the wind. Your brown paper bag has a destination because you sat and you've done the hard work. You've actually sat down and done the hard work. You weighed the cost. You've mapped out the risk and the reward factors. You thought about the people that you need to help you get from point A to point D. Oh yeah, I'm keeping track. That you have to make certain you understand the capital that will be involved in the things that you need if you need partners to make this venture become reality. That's the hard part. It's easy to dream. It's easy to sit around and imagine success. But I'm here to be the voice of reason for you today, as some people call me the dream killer. I love you too much to allow you just to dream and have no process to your dreams. So if you have dreams, what is it going to take for you to get from point A to point B? The hardest part is for you to put it down and quantify and see exactly how long is this going to take. Once you've actually recognized how long it's going to take, how much will it take? How much capital will it take you to get your dream off the ground? And then you want to find out who is going to help you partner to get from where you need to be to where you want to be. If you don't evaluate all of these things, what will happen is you'll have this dream, this aspiration in your brain, and it'll allow you to continue to stay in this funk of not producing anything because it's in your brain and you don't know how to start. Am I speaking your language yet? The hardest process is to take the things that are swirling around in your brain and put it to paper. Once you've put it to paper, now you have the opportunity to put it in God's hands. You understand, when you put it on paper, that means that you take it serious. And now that you've taken this serious, you've bent your knee and you've asked God to feed you and guide you on this venture. Now that you've put your dream, your plans, aspirations in God's hands, you've ultimately given him control to edit your plans. You understand, it's difficult for God to edit those things that are swirling around in your pretty head. But once you put it in your journal, once you write it down and you put it in your favorite book of the Bible, so when you come back to read your daily devotions, you also think about the plans that you put before the Lord. Now, when you write it down, you say, God, I trust you with my life. I trust you with my future. I trust you with what I want. But ultimately, I want thy will to be done. So since I want thy will to be done, what I want is, God, for you to adjust the areas in my plans that may be mirages. I'm unfortunately trying to help you understand that sometimes we have to write down our dreams before God and let God allow us to see and say things that we may want to make happen today, but it's only something that's going to help us heal something from yesterday. Slow it down. That many times our goals, aspirations, and dreams, we're still trying to fix something that was broken in our childhood. When people didn't come and see about us, when people didn't come and talk to us, when people didn't keep their promises, guess what, wise friend? We ultimately become the person that we wanted to come and check on us when we were children. So when you put your plans, your goals, your aspirations before the Lord, now he'll actually give you the opportunity to see the areas that you're still hurting in. It's very difficult to be in a space where you want to help people, but you're still bleeding on people. Not saying that you have to be perfect in a situation to where you can only advise. Many times God will use you where you're still being bruised up. But I want to help you understand something. It's a difference in knowing that you need to be bandaged up and just walking around and just bleeding all over folks. You see, I can have a deep contusion with a bandage on it versus somebody walking around with blood dripping from their head. You understand? I recognize my weaknesses. I recognize my faults. I recognize the areas where I'm going to need partners to come in and help me in these areas. And I also need to say this cuss word. I'm so sorry. Maybe I just need some counseling to help me recover the things that I'm still trying to gain back in success. You see, success is amazing. Success is ultimately putting your hand to something and the plan that you put forward has come to pass. But here's the problem, wise friends. Many of us don't have our own definition of success. We've been told what success is from social media. Success tells you need 2.3 children, a house, and a picket fence by the time you're 31 years old. And if you don't have all of those things, you somehow believe that you're a failure. But I want to encourage you today that if you write down and you prepare those things that you want, those things that you're ready to put yourself in a place to where you can be prepared for what you're preparing for. That just touched me in a special place. Make certain that you're in the place where you can be prepared for what you're preparing for. As you write down your goals, as you write down your aspirations, as you write down where you want to be and what year you want to be in that house with 2.3 children and the picket fence, allow God to do what he needs to do in your life. So when you get to your dream, you will be the space where you can be healthy and whole. This is the hard part about dreaming, wise people, that many of us want to get to this place of success to fill the voids in our lives. But you won't be able to enjoy success if you still have holes in your character. You still won't be able to enjoy success if you still have holes in your security. You have everything that your heart's desire, but you are up at night because of your insecurities. You understand, when you write down your plans, your goals, your aspirations, a wise man told me a very long time ago, if you want something to be a blessing, ask God, how can the thing that I'm asking you for bless other people as well as me? I don't want something that's just going to impact my life and my family, God. I'm asking that you bless my dreams, goals, aspirations, and how can I change lives in my community? How can I change lives in my local church? How can I change lives in people down at the bowling alley? What is the thing that you put in me, Lord, that I cannot rest until this thing is done, that's ultimately going to change the lives of other people? That's my desire. That's my goal. So prepare me so I can be in a space to when things get difficult, I'll have a roadmap to remember why I started. When things get lonely, I'll have a roadmap to allow me to remember how long I knew I had to be on this journey by myself to get from one point to the next. You see, preparation takes time. Preparation is dedication. Preparation takes discipline. You guys know that I enjoy going to the gym and I enjoy working out, and the camaraderie there. I appreciate being able to watch so many people put themselves through rigorous exercise because they're disciplined their mind as well as their body. But there's a key component that I often miss, and many people that love me kind of already know where I'm going. I like the working out process. I like the results of putting my strength to something and trying to see and challenge myself and go to the next level. But many people tell me all the time, you could be farther along, Ray, if you actually took time to prepare your body for rigorous exercise. What do you mean? I go to the gym 5 days a week. What do you mean I didn't prepare? There's something that you're missing. You work out for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, but 5 to 12 minutes of stretching can actually make your muscles last longer. 5 to 12 minutes of stretching can actually put you in the proper place to where your blood is properly flowing through the body, the only body that you have. I hope this is making sense to you today, that even though I enjoy going to the gym, sometimes I come out of the gym limping because I hadn't properly stretched my hamstrings and my knees are tight. Sometimes I come out of the gym limping because I may be able to lift a lot, but my back is getting a little old. I didn't give time to make my back limber so that I don't injure myself. Wise friends, be careful rushing into something and not taking time to allow God to stretch you, to prepare you, to prioritize things in your life, to make certain that you're not putting yourself in a space that can ultimately hurt you because you want this thing so bad. And don't be like me, wanting something so bad and end up limping, end up with a heating pad on my lower back because I just want to work out so bad. But what if I would have just took time and took the advice of people who care about me and stretched and rest and listen? So as we prioritize and as we prepare, we have to ask the Lord to help us to be in a space while he's preparing us. God, what is it that you're speaking to me about, that you're trying to prepare me for before I try to prepare myself for this new venture? If I'm preparing to be a husband, I have to start asking myself, I can't make all decisions that only include myself. I have to now start preparing my mind to make decisions for two. If I'm preparing myself to be a wife, I can't make all my decisions that only complement my wants. I have to now start thinking outside of myself and wondering, how can I prepare myself to start thinking for two? The best part about marriage is many people get married and they think everything's going to be great. But the best part about these last 24 years being married to my wife is that she and I have both made each other better. Now, people on the outside looking in can say, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but we're in the marriage. We both know that we have a greater prayer life because of our relationship. We both have strong personality. So when two people get married, people have to learn to forgive. Preparation. People have to learn how to be patient. Preparation. People have to learn how to say, I'm sorry. Preparation. People have to learn to compromise. Preparation. While you're in that process, it is not painless, but ultimately, if you're willing to sacrifice your opinion, if you're willing to sacrifice being right all the time, if you're willing to make certain that you can try your best to outdo your spouse by serving them the best possibly way you can. In the end, you will be better because you recognize this is what I want. And I put it before the Lord and ask the Lord to prepare me for what I prayed for. Prepare me for my preparation process. Prepare me so I don't ruin another person's life. Prepare me so I don't influence my children negatively. Prepare me so that I can be humble. And so when my eyes close for the very last time, my legacy isn't what I say, but my legacy is about how I treated other people and ultimately what they say. So wise friend, as you prepare and as you put your mind in the space to continue to be open to change, to be open to being stretched, to being open to make certain you walk out your plan, you walk out your vision, you walk out the timeline. That's the hard part. If you're not willing to write down your dreams, goals, aspirations, I have a question for you. If you're not willing to write it down, how hard will you fight to keep it alive? That's my word for today with Wisdom on Wednesday. Make certain, wise people, you evaluate the importance of preparation and prepare yourself for what God is preparing you for. God bless you. Have a wonderful day and a blessed week. Take care.